Alrighty. Alrighty, good morning. Okay, sorry about the delay. Just had to get myself a coffee. I've been up since 5. Hey Aaron, how are you?
Yeah, you had a good day.
It's been pretty busy
Long
since.
week.
Yeah, I had to fit
Oh,
everything in before I go to Australia
half a
next week.
week.
So this week is insane. So next, yeah, I guess my holiday, not holiday, but visiting family and stuff is going to be. Hey Joel, how are you, buddy? When I'm visiting family in Australia, it's going to be a little bit, bit of a change of pace for me. Sorry, Danny, you talking to me? Danny Sanchez?
No.
No, Danny Sanchez. Oh wait, no, Danny Sanchez is not here. Was there background noise, Danny? Oh good, oh good. Okay. Yes, and I get to go to summer as well. That's gonna be nice. Alrighty, so let's see where we're at. Gold has already done a sell-off. So didn't really do anything. There was a little sell opportunity yesterday with gold, but I wasn't interested at all in trading gold yesterday. You can see how like even this little move, 70 pips, but it was an area you could look for a sell, because given it was US bank holiday yesterday, what is the probability that you would get a breakout? Like how much volume is there going to be for New York session to break the London high and get up into these like 1850 area? So pretty low probability. So I was watching the charts and I was actually at the computer when it did like the little liquidity sweep. As we're breaking the low, I was thinking, should I get involved with this? Like at least trade down to the bottom of the range. But common sense prevailed and I stayed out of the trade and I actually just had a relaxing evening. Did a bit of a back test instead. Plus, there were some nice trades because I was up all through the night pretty much. There were a decent amount of trades in not this pair, but London's Asian session to London session for some other pairs.
Oh, God.
I'm not even going to pay his pension.
Dang. Well, I hope he can call his family and loved ones.
He can't talk.
That would be so
You have
funny,
to.
dude.
You have,
It just avoids the mime and then goes down.
Yeah, and this like this,
yeah, it goes around
and
him.
then
It hurt him. I heard him say, "No, please, I don't have insurance."
Looking at this, I wouldn't feel comfortable, but it did actually break the low. And then do the retrace, little doji breaking that low. It's a pretty aggressive entry.
yeah, retested to this FU candle, attempted FU candle.
Actually, I've heard you say FU candle a lot. Like, what is the definition of that?
When it wicks higher and closes bearish.
This one is a bullish candle close here, and next candle break the high here, but immediately after that price immediately close bearish, or the break the low of the previous candle also and close bearish.
Okay, like so it's a high momentum or high volume candle that engulfs the previous candle.
Yeah, like here, this one, it broke the previous candle low, and immediately after that we broke the high also and closed bullish FU candle.
Gotcha. So it's more of like a whipsaw.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Like here, the reversal thing happened here.
Damn it, Hayden. Come on, man. We're trying to learn.
Sorry, man. Oh, what have I done? Sorry, my bad.
Now I don't even know.
No, go for it.
Here, now this candle, this bullish candle, why it broke everything on the left side and then closed bullish, and then the next, not a single candle able to break that low here. This two candle closed doji, and this candle taken out two dojis lows, and then we close bullish. So entry could have been here and keeping stop loss here, and we also broke the structure afterward. We broke the structure, price came back to retest that order block also, this order block afterward.
Oh, I was like, what is this? We're on a 3-minute time frame.
You like it?
This is,
it's like speaking Spanish to me. I don't. Okay. So basically it's a candle that breaks the low or high, but then ends in the opposite. It's like if it breaks the high, it ends, sells, and if it breaks the lows, it ends and buys.
Yeah. So I mean, why price suddenly broke the high here? If it really want to respect and just want to push to the downside, because a lot of people, they usually look for once it broke the high here, they look for the buy opportunity. Or if this happening at the low here, it broke everything on the left side, so a lot of people, they look for the sell, and immediately price push to the upside.
Yeah, it's more of like,
especially when you have these, especially when you get dojis there as well.
Yeah, dojis are
there's more time for it to build liquidity around that area.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, the whole point is the market makers are just trying to take out everything below. I mean, that's all.
Because if they really they want to fill their orders, because a lot of people, they're going to put their stop loss below that low. So they're just going to taken out the lows, like a doji's thing, like a, even if this is a doji candle, this is an indecision. A lot of people took a buy here, a lot of people took a sell here. So this is generate a liquidity either direction. And once the price taken out one side of liquidity, like this liquidity was taken out here, so price just want to push to the opposite side of the liquidity area.
Yeah, I mean, the way that big money has to move is just insane compared to us. Like, we just hit buy or sell and we got it, but they actually have to move thousands, if not millions, of shares or contracts of things just to go in a certain direction.
They got to build it in.
Yeah, it takes a long time for them comparatively, compared to us. It takes a long time for them to build their orders. So, and they'll actually do counter orders, like they'll sell into their buys or buy into their sells.
Yeah, otherwise they'll get to keep that average price, because they'll have a quote that they need to fill.
Yep.
if it's like a merger or acquisition or something like that, and then they'll be like, okay, we need 100 million of pounds or something. So then they'll quote and say, yeah, we'll give it to you for this price, and then they'll go and try to generate that money through this transaction. But then if they can achieve a better price, they can keep a commission on top of that. They get a commission, but then they get to keep, you know, the difference as well.
Yep.
It takes time, so they have to buy and sell and make it look like it's going to go down, so that they'll get more people invested, like retailers and stuff, to sell, so that they can buy to them to keep that price in equilibrium around roughly where they want to keep that price. If they want to get like 1835 fill, they'll be selling. If they can achieve that average price at 1834, then they get to keep, you know, it's big money that they can keep the difference.
That man going to survive now.
I think he is.
Yeah, he is. He's going to survive now. Nothing going to happen to him now.
Oh, he's good now. Might shave his foot. He did pretty well.
Pretty impressed, honestly.
Joe, just even if you look at the weekly candles, you will find that the dojis are the liquidity area. Hayden, can you go to the weekly? Can I go to the?
Hold on, Hayden. Let me. Okay, never mind. I was gonna say I'm gonna show you a trick, because you manually moved it last time.
Okay, now can I go to the upside area? Okay, just remove the drawing further.
Holy shit! What are all those lines, bro?
Monthly levels.
Are you secretly a barcode?
Now, if you look at these two candles, these two are doji one.
Yep.
So obviously we have an order block also here on the weekly. But these two dojis are taken out here first, and also this candle closed like FU candle.
Yep, correct.
So a lot of people took a sell here. There's a lot of people they took a buys here. So there it created liquidity on the other side, both the sides. So this candle just taken out the liquidity at the upside of area, like taken out all the two dojis highs.
Yep.
And then immediately we start pushing to the upside, and you can see the big move happen afterward. And you will find this thing everywhere, like here, this doji. We taken out the doji high first, and then immediately we get a big reaction. Even here, this doji, price taken out that doji high here, and then immediately price pushed to the opposite direction. At the bottom here also, this was a doji. It's not an exact doji, but this candle taken at that doji low, and then we pushed to the upside. We left the three dojis here now, so you can say all three dojis are the liquidity for us when price pushing to the downside. So you can target these dojis once we get enough confirmation from the upside to push to the downside. Even the structure we form on the daily, it's the same kind of structure, like a FU candle. Let me see any.
So these two would be like FU candles.
This one is a FU candle. This one. These are the FU candle.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Those two are the FU candles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, FU candle, yeah.
Yeah, so pretty much it's just breaking the low of the previous candle, sweeping liquidity, and then pushing in the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Even here, if you look at this was the doji candle. The next candle, it just swept the liquidity low of that, and then we close bullish. And next candle again closed like a doji. So price has to taken at that doji. So price taken at that doji. It's like a retest to that FU candle, and then immediately afterward we get a big reaction from that.
Yeah, well, I mean, you can see it clear on the higher time frames.
Yeah.
Because you can see that like they got orders filled here, and then they pushed up. All retail's like, yeah, we're going fucking moon, and then they come down right back to the same level, take them out. Then they're like, oh my god, we'll go back up. I told you. They broke all these sellers out that they held. Then they come right back down to that same exact level, and so that's over like, I mean, these are weeks, right? Holy shit. So that's like 3 months in this range, and then they go, all right, down we go.
Now even if you look at this candle, this was a FU candle, attempted FU. Then if you mark the 50% of this one, price just came back to that area. Before reaching to that area, we created doji one here. So price again taken out that doji low,
Yep.
and also again close FU candle, attempted FU. So this is again high confluence setup. You can say price come back to that FU candle retest to again closing like a new another FU candle.
Right.
This is a high confluence setup to price wanted to push to the upside.
Right. So like I've been studying more on like ICT stuff, and it's crazy how the 50% rule based off the algos works. And so like when you're talking about the 50% right here, like that would have been just an absolute savage entry right here.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, what I'm trying to figure out is like not to go so granular. Like 50% of what? Is it the 1 hour? Is it the 4 hour? Is it the daily? Is it 30 minutes? Like, is it just the, you know, the total move? So for instance, like, is this whole move, you know, are we looking at the 50% of that? Are we looking at the 50% of that? You know?
So usually what I look for the, let's say this was a FU candle. So even if I consider 50%, I usually look for the lower time frame, what's happening on the 50% area. So on the 50% area, if I see any good candle formation, like any auto block or any doji candles, because usually what happens, price just going to take out that doji low, and then immediately you get a reaction, and you get a bullish momentum reaction on that area, and then you can simply put your stop loss below that area and then keep riding. And you can target the next liquidity area. Let's say this is a liquidity generated here now. So you can either just targeting till here 50% or the whatever you are comfortable with, and then let it run, because you actually got the low there, and you can hold that position for the longer period also.
Well, I mean, like, look at that area just got respected so hard, and you can obviously see that this was like a fake out, like a bull trap, to then come back here and just get more liquidity, then to finally go up. It's so interesting though, because like Wyckoff, like this is pretty much what Wyckoff was talking about, you know, where he has like the 3 drops and then the spring.
It's just I didn't understand. I have to learn a lot of things about that patterns, what happening here, like this thing, then. So it's just really difficult for me to understand the Wyckoff.
Yeah, Wyckoff is basically you have the initial one, and then you break the high, and then you break the low, and then you break the high again, and then you break that low, and then you have a 50% retest. That's like your confirmation. That's called like the spring, and then you go down.
Oh, okay.
So it's almost like an expanding wedge with a 50% spring, and then you go down or up. But like on a weekly, I mean, it's hard to see it, you know, but like this area would possibly be it, you know, but because it's like you have a low here and then you break the high, but then you have this, and then it kind of gets choppy in this area, but then it eventually goes up. But yeah, on the lower time, like I've honestly, this is the first time I've ever seen a weekly order block.
Really?
Like, because I don't look at the weekly. I've never fucking looked at the weekly.
That's a beautiful one.
So when actually it's like, look, you can see the order block on the week, I was like, oh my god, they do exist.
Yeah.
You know, like
that's why the sales from here were so juicy.
Yeah, I mean, you have another one right there. Like
price action, price action. Same on every time frame.
Oh, I know. I've never looked at the weekly.
Yeah, that's why I started, like when you said like my when I go back and put my when you go to the higher time frame, and all of a sudden it's like, holy shit, you know, so much noise on here. Yeah. But using these monthly levels as well, when you drop down to like say the 5 minutes, they're far more spread out, right? And then just watching how price will react around them. Like it's because they are monthly levels, you do get this price where it'll penetrate the line, but add like clearance into these levels as well. Like when price can comfortably stay above a level or below a level, then you can consider that monthly level to like hold weight. And like maybe 5 minutes a little bit too short, because you can see it like break and retest a lot. But you go to like say like the 30 minute, and you really can use like when price say you like here where it's sort of hovering around it, and then you get price can actually stay underneath and get comfortable underneath that level, then that becomes a perfect area to look for a retest. Yeah.
I was saying, but even like right there, like that's dumb. It just pops right up and then drops.
Then price comes back up. When you have these double levels, look for price to go underneath the double levels, come back above, and this could be a liquidity grab on like a daily. Then price gets 100%. More comfortable above it again, holds it as support. This is where retail patterns can really come in, just head and shoulders around these lines.
Yep.
Yeah, double level again. So price is getting up, faded out, and then just dropped. And you add clean candles to this as well. Like I like 30-minute time frame. I like 1 hour time frame. I like all the time frames. It's just how you use them in particular sessions. So like how I'll like in these London sessions, quite often what I'm looking for is just get like prime entries. And then if we can get prime entries, then it's beautiful to be able to hold and ride for quite a while. But if we can only, like if I miss the prime entries, then I'll just shift up a time frame and where it's a little bit cleaner.
Shouldn't that have been, because that's a monthly, your black lines are monthly levels?
Yeah, I just wanted to wick up a little bit higher. But when I was watching that, I was just like, damn, this is what I was saying, like I actually did break these lows. And then it came back up, and then on the 5 minute that gave us that 3 minute gave us broke the low, came up, gave a little doji. I just wanted it to get a little bit higher.
So go to the 1 minute real quick and let's look at that high, because there should be.
But like you use monthly levels on currency pairs as well. It's beautiful.
Yeah,
Terry will
like
get
that.
I'll answer your question, Terry, in a second.
That's basically right into that 50% rule. Like taking that order block on the 1 minute. I know it's like, so like if you had a confluence of like the monthly level and then you had an order block go right above it, and then it's like take that 50%. I mean, that's just sniper entries right there. But I used to only trade the 1 minute, and now trading the 1 minute, it's like, oh my god, dude, it's too much. Like it just doesn't make too much sense anymore.
Right.
This is too fast. And the other thing is, so again, your monthly level held here. But those would have been some sick trades, like here, and then obviously right here we're into it. But I think we're gonna get that retest to then go back down. Like they're grabbing more liquidity.
Yeah. Also, if you look at carefully here, this was a doji again. So price just taken out that doji.
Oh, actually, it's your FU candle. Look at that.
Yeah. This one is also the FU candle. Yeah.
See, Hayden, we are learning stuff on your stream. Don't let anybody tell you differently. I don't care what they say about you. Actually, and we appreciate you.
Who's been saying stuff?
I can't tell you. Definitely nobody in your YouTube comments. Don't worry about that. Don't ever look at your YouTube comments.
Yeah, otherwise I'll know where to get single girls and all other things that pop up there that I need to inspirational quotes.
Yeah, man.
That some other person, some other signal provider was giving like, I'm up 50% from this other person's signals.
Oh man, dude.
All these little comments. I think when I start getting these comments, I'm like, yeah, the channel's starting to get seen. This is good. This is positive.
It's super great, fam.
Terry, about the auto blocks, if you want to just look at this thing like this one is a auto block here. You can say obviously that was a lot of consolidation happened there, but the simple term is once this one is auto block, you can let's say here. Why? Because price pushed to the downside also broke the structure there, so that's a valid auto block. If you don't break the structure, then it's not that much powerful auto block. You can say the powerful one are like after that candle, that was the last bullish candle before we push to the downside, all the way to the downside, and we also broke the structure.
yeah, other things I was typing in there as well. It's like when you do see like order blocks, reason why we want to like identify them is because you have like generally bigger players also looking at these levels. So if there's a supply or demand or interest in a particular level, then we should be interested in why it was of interest to them as well. And because the market can be quite inefficient, that there'll always be leftover orders here. So when a market moves very impulsively away from an area, there would have been a lot of buying, like a bigger bid at this time, where there suddenly was a mismatch of buyers and sellers, so price went up very heavily. And the way that a lot of these bigger fish would play is that they'll have what's it called? I have a mental blank, but basically it's like a kill switch for the trade, so that they want to buy and say that they're looking to buy at this price, and they wanted to fill, let's just call it, 10,000 lots, which is a lot, and maybe they'll get like 8,000 lots filled at this point, and that's suddenly led to a mismatch of buyers and sellers, leading to price go up. Now the remaining, the difference, if price moved away too quickly, it would be like immediately when the price is trying to fill those orders, if price gets too far away from their target price, it'll immediately cut any more buying. So they might not be able to fill that entire order, because now price moved too far away. If they kept them buying, they're starting to get negative slippage in this case. So that if price did come back to it, there's probably residual buy orders left there to fill the remaining order. So that's why when price comes back down to where you get clean candles, it meant there was a big order put in. When price comes back down to the start of those clean orders, you might get another little bounce.
And also another thing is where the price is coming from. If the price is coming from the higher time frame order block from the upside, then this is not going to hold. It's simply price just going to give you some kind of reaction and immediately going to break that area. So it is important to see where the price is coming from. If let's say we created an order block here now and price pushed to the upside and we broke the structure, but the thing is, if there is a higher time frame order block upside area and you get a reaction from that area and price was pushing to the downside, then don't consider this is order block going to hold. It can simply give you some kind of reaction like this, and immediately afterward we start pushing to the downside. So you have to consider where we are coming from, where the price is coming from. If it's coming from the higher time frame, let's say now this is a 4-hour order block in this area and price is giving you some kind of reaction. Price is pushing to the upside and there is the 5-minute order block to the upside. Don't consider like you are going to take a sell here and this sell going to push price all the way to the downside and going to break that 4-hour order block. I think I always give you this kind of example, like if you are going against the tank with the knife, you are not going to win that war. So go with the trend. Don't try to go against the trend.
Aaron had a question about, was gold retesting to the euro 50%? Euro 50%'s up here, which was the London high, more or less.
Also the 50% of, the low of the Asian low at area where we got rejected.
Yeah. I don't really keep track of the euro high, low 50%.
It's just a small session.
Yeah, it's such a small little thing that I don't really track it, but I know London does use the euro session for liquidity as well. Like as it was pushing up, euro made a high, London took the high of euro and then was able to use that to push down. So yeah, I mean I was always anticipating sells from this area. Now the thing is I really wanted to see it take out the high to give me that fake out, because I have taken sells in here previously and I've had to give it a second chance. And what I was saying at the start was it was reminding me of that move for German from last Friday over, oh, way back, my bad. No, that was on the 1 hour chart here.
Yeah.
So what that was reminding me of was getting involved here or here. So I didn't want to get involved here and then get taken out and then drop and have to give it a second chance. So this time I was waiting for this move to happen to anticipate that down move. And, sometimes you stick to your bias. Sometimes it's going to pay, sometimes it's not going to pay. But more or less, if I stick to my idea, look at that, really did avoid him. If I stick to my idea, this would have paid handsomely if the move happened. In this case, you know what? It was an idea that I set up. Yep, price has had other ideas. Price is always right. Yeah, I think it's something I don't do. Look at where price is coming from. Oh, okay, when you're orientating where it's coming from and how strong the move can be. Yep. Yeah, you get caught. You get caught in trades too early as well, then get stopped out in the liquidity grab, then go to your target. Yeah. Happens a lot. That's where it's like risk reward will eventually, as long as you can start to maintain the element of consistency, then those ideas will pay out in the end. We're never going to be perfect in trading. Far out, just dodged them and then pushed down. I was thinking inside of here, I wonder if it's just going to be fairly continuous now, but it's not a big enough range to even entertain looking for a sell here. It's funny how it just dodged him.
No, but you stabbed him.
It stabbed his hand here. Well, what I'll shift now to is looking for buys. But the buys will be underneath here somewhere. Let's get rid of him. I don't want the whole price anymore now. Still be a snake here. What's German doing? Done the U-turn. How's your sell going, Joel? Did you survive the pullback? Actually, do you remember where his sell was?
Who's sell?
Joel was talking about he sold
Yeah,
US.
Here.
In this candle?
Yeah. Go to the lower time frame.
In the last hour and a half?
Yeah, when we add the session. Yeah, here in this area, because we swept out this liquidity.
I wasn't sure if he was pointing out here and then if he survived the pullback. You see what the news did? Flash services. better than expected, and then actually above 50.
Okay, 100.
You see like pound yen, boom. So 8,000. So this was the other day, all-time high.
If you look at this thing, it's just taken out the liquidity here.
New London low from Friday.
Also on the left side, we have another low.
Yeah, that's where I took a sell. Here's my sell. Wish I
Wait,
held
so that's
it,
it.
man.
That's the all-time high on the UK.
Yeah,
And
Is
if I
yours
held that position,
I wish I held it.
Dude, you would have paid for all of our vacations.
Yeah.
So what is the UK's economy doing well?
So the thing with UK 100 is it doesn't track the actual top 100 companies in the UK. So what it does is it tracks the top 100 companies listed in the UK.
In the world.
Yeah. So most of their business is going to be overseas. So if they're getting profits from overseas and as pound deteriorates, that means that those companies are making more pounds. That makes sense? So if they're like...
In a British way, it does, yes.
Yeah. So like say, so one of those companies, let's call it BP. Most of their profits are in US dollars.
Yep.
Okay. So then as even if they have negative earnings or whatever, if they're making like say, let's say they turned over 10 billion conservatively and pound 10 billion US dollars. And then pound drops, say pound even drops 1%. Now this would be 10.1 billion that they've made.
Yeah, because it's in pounds.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So that can lead to, and about half of these companies are listed overseas. They're listed in the UK, but their profits are from overseas currencies. So as pound goes down, the profitability of the companies actually go up.
Gotcha. So
yeah,
I guess one to completely shift gears. Why did you sell?
all-time high.
No, I'm saying like why did you let go of that position?
Oh, because pound was looking very weak. So I thought this would just be like a flash in the pan, and then it could actually keep on going and making new all-time highs. Because there's a reason why it's all-time high. So I could have closed some and then like closed majority and held, but I didn't have much confidence in the British pound. So I thought that was a great trade.
Well, hopefully nobody from the British government hears that, because then we'll never hear back from Hayden. What
It's pretty interesting. Really interesting to how UK 100 works compared to the other indices.
Yeah, I mean, I'm shocked the dollar has been as strong throughout all this bullshit the world's going through.
It's demand. It's a safe haven.
Yeah. Well, I think the major thing one of my friends was telling me was that oil is in dollars.
Yeah.
So they're trying to get oil away from dollars, and that's why the US is going crazy to not have that happen, because if that happens, then our economy becomes shit like everybody else's.
Yeah, there'll always be demand for US dollars. That'll take a long time for it to happen. But have you heard of BRICS?
Yeah.
They said pricks. I was like little boys? Like, what do you mean, like
No.
The BRICS,
no.
BRICS countries.
Mm-mm.
So Brazil, Russia, India.
Oh, China. And then what's that?
Saudi Arabia and what's the other S?
Shanghai.
No, there's another S. There's two S's.
No, yeah. Oh, Singapore.
Singapore?
Is it Singapore?
I
don't think it's Singapore.
I did hear about these guys where they're trying to
It's
get
developing countries.
they're trying to get
South Africa.
it away
South
from the US
Africa.
dollar.
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
the ones that Brazil, Russia, India, China, South Africa, Saudi Arabia.
No.
They own.
No. There's a BRICS is just this thing. not a double S. Just a
No,
bricks.
no, they've added it. It's gonna be
Oh yeah,
Saudi
here,
as well.
yeah.
Yeah. So these are the countries. Brazil, huge in agriculture. Russia, as the more global warming there is, opens up more and more and more of agriculture
Territory.
for Russia, but it's mostly oil and gas.
Yep.
India, labor. China, labor.
Everything. Yeah.
South Africa is they basically like they control Africa. So you can imagine like how many resources are in Africa that are just like shit
insane.
on by everyone else.
Yep.
And basically everyone's like wants to keep Africa as, you know, as basically like a basket case as possible because it's easier to control if there's no coordination. And then you've got Saudi, which is now they used to be after the what was it, the Gulf War, where they said, you know, if US, if you protect us, then what we're going to do is we'll make sure that we only sell oil in the US dollar.
Yep.
And now that's changing. So now they're starting to try take away, because as soon as the US, hopefully this doesn't get banned on YouTube before they all this kind of stuff, but like US weaponized the US dollar. So now it's do we really want to keep the US dollar as like the dollar?
So this is actually where I heard that they were trying to get away. I forgot about it because the guy was telling me about it, but yeah, and the thing is like that's such a strong global alliance.
This is more than half the population.
Oh, dude. Well, China and India by themselves is half the population.
Yeah.
I mean, Akshay's in good standings, you know. Technically, Akshay counts as 3 of me, so it's okay.
Yeah. By the way, even India is taking oil from the Russia, and they are trading in the Indian rupees.
You're making monies there. You're buying it for like $40, and then you sell it. You refine because the biggest refineries are in India for oil.
Yeah. Well, and the whole thing with Africa, the play on them is, especially in the Congo. So the Congo had all the rubber trees for all the tires, and then they have the lithium for all the batteries now. So like Africa is so rich in minerals, but the world, like, you know, in the US, it's like, oh, poor Africa, you know, save the children. But Africa, like if you go there, it's pretty well developed in a lot of the areas.
Africa's massive.
No, and it's insane.
They
I have friends that go there.
There's conspiracies about they make it look smaller on the map because they don't want people to realize how big it is.
Yeah, no, it is ginormous.
Yeah.
And it's just full of just beautiful, lush nature.
Yeah.
That, again, and so the whole reason the US goes to war for nothing other than to, again, make sure the dollar stays stable.
Yeah, pal.
And to pillage any resources inside of those countries. That's it.
Yeah.
But let's not get Hayden banned off YouTube. So back to the charts.
It's going to take a long time for any of that stuff to happen.
Yeah, you got to get 10 views first. Oh man, but
the candle.
That's interesting. So like, I have another friend that told me like London is actually like super dangerous right now. Is that true?
Like what?
Well, they said like if you wear like a nice watch out in London, you could like people will come over and like try and take it from you.
Man, I've never had any issues.
Okay.
No, that's just why, for the foreigner.
You walk around like a chicken, you're gonna get attacked.
Okay. Well, okay. So that's interesting because the U.S. is just a bunch of chickens walking around. So we don't like when we travel. It's like we assume it's chickens, and then we get eaten by the wolves. No, but it's true because like, so my wife is Colombian, right? So every time we go over to Colombia, dude, I've seen just some of the craziest white people over there, and I'm just like, y'all are gonna get stabbed. Like, that's ridiculous. Like this one lady, we got off a train, and again, stop me if there's a thing in the charts, but I don't see anything right now. But this one lady got off a train, and there's a beautiful Colombian woman holding her baby. And the lady literally screamed in English, "Oh my God, that's such a cute baby," and went over to try and take the baby from the Latin woman.
Oh my God.
And remember, this woman doesn't even speak English.
Just sees this person just coming like to her kid.
just hears this random white girl running over to hold your baby in a foreign country. Like, it's all, dude. I was like, I want to slap that woman. I was like, that's ridiculous, bro.
Actually, are you thinking of buys here?
No. I'm not thinking. I'm just still waiting for the price to taken out this thing.
Okay,
before considering any buy.
You're not looking at this double bottom here?
No. Yeah, even I can see that there is a few candle there, but I'm just still going to wait for this is not the time for the entry.
Yeah, because, I want it to be another at least half an hour.
So Shaz, I just literally got triggered in 2 of my buys on US 30.
Oops.
Yep, that's what I was saying. Oh, is it gonna go my third buy? Nope. Pull up.
Yeah, there's some silly people traveling. Like I just went to but you can read into too many things. I went to Brazil over Christmas, and I was actually, when I was reading about like Sao Paulo and Rio, I was actually a little bit concerned. So I was concerned enough that when I left and went out at night, I just left everything at the hotel. I just took literally a credit card and my hotel key. I left my phone, left my wallet, left everything.
Yeah. No, it's but
I saw nothing. Oh, actually, no, I'd lie. Sao Paulo, I saw them try a carjacking. But I really felt like after a time, like I've traveled heaps. I've been in Mexico by myself, going through some areas, and like I was pretty concerned, even in Mexico. And then after you get there for a few days, you realize that you always be cautious, but you probably don't need to be as cautious as like never taking anything with you. Just be aware of who's around you. That's pretty much it. This is what you're targeting.
No, I'm in buys. So like if you,
that's what I mean. Isn't price below it?
Yeah, if you want to scrunch this down real quick.
Yeah, Terry's, you just were in Mexico. Yeah, it's just the cops. Yeah, the cops are the ones that gotta be careful of, because they don't get paid too much. You know, it's very easy for them. Even in Thailand, it's just like, oh, you ride with no helmet. Okay. And you're like, so that'll be a fine, or you're like, oh, all right. Here you go.
I'm gonna do a zoom thing.
Go for it.
Oh, I gotta take that off. Hold on. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, that's way far off. So, basically right there on the 1 minute chart, there's a 15-minute order block, a 5-minute, and a 1 minute order block.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've tapped into the 15, but we haven't tapped into the 1. So the 1's gonna be like right in that area. So if you want to check the 1 minute and throw that.
What are you doing?
Oh no, I give it back to you.
Oh,
so if you want to go to those areas on the 1 minute, yeah. So that's that 1 minute. I tried to mark it as best as I could, but I couldn't. No, the 1 minute is.
You can get clean candles down, price slows down, little accumulation, and then from this accumulation, you can see when price really accelerated from it.
Yeah, so that's the 1 minute.
Mm-hmm. So now price comes back down to this level, around this area, and we can see if we can start to see price slowing down, and then just responding to the orders that are probably left here because of this imbalance. So this is where you're targeting, is it? So let's go back.
No. So I'm actually in buys right now.
That's what I mean. You're targeting to enter from these areas.
Yeah. So I've already been triggered in twice. And then my third one is actually at the top of the 1 minute order block.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, when we're in Colombia, we don't take like phones or things. And if we do, we take them in like a fanny pack or something else.
That's what I was watching the locals, and like I started taking my phone out towards the end because like I wanted to take photos, and then I was just watching where people like I saw locals just walking around, and when they got their phone out, they just pulled it from their undies. I was like, oh, that's where they put their phone. So I just tucked my phone down my pants.
There you go.
I was like, for partner, she was like, you're not taking my phone. I was like, okay.
Well, the other issue is like, and I tell my friends this is, you know, like I stick out very easily in, you know, other parts of the world because I'm white,
loud American.
Yeah, well, no, I'm not loud at all. No, I don't even open my mouth when we go to third world countries. Like I try to be as non-invasive as possible because I don't want someone to look at me and assume anything.
You speak Spanish?
See.
Oh, very good.
Do you speak Spanish, Hayden?
No, my partner's Portuguese, so I'm trying to speak Portuguese.
Do you speak
there's actually a saying. There's a saying in Colombia actually where they said don't give papaya, which is don't flash your things around because that's what happens if you flash your things around. They're the people that get robbed.
Yeah, you put your watch on your wrist. It's you're taking it window shopping for people.
Well, no, there are people carrying like $4,000 Nikon cameras around in Colombia, and I'm like, why are y'all doing that? Like, yeah, it's interesting. That's why I love traveling. It gives you a perspective.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like, if we get in trouble in Portugal, my partner was gonna like yell at them in Portuguese.
You mean in Brazil?
Yeah, in Brazil.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, you going to Portugal?
Oh, yeah. No, I go there a lot.
You friends with Ronaldo?
So every time we go there or traveling anywhere in the world, and people ask where we're from, and then she'll say Portugal, and I'll say Australia, and they always say, oh, Ronaldo, oh, kangaroo. It's like the two biggest exports.
Ooh, koala.
Very interested in this level now. The more we're holding here, I'm not entering anything yet though. But I'm very interested to see what we do.
Is that not the new London low?
No, the London low is still from here.
Yeah, and these are the like equal bottom or equal lows, you can say this.
So we've pretty much got a London middle now, which is the main thing. So let me just, was that snake showing us? So London high hasn't changed. I want to see manipulation of a London high or a London low. So there your Zoys. There's a Kiwi traveler called Indigo Traveler on YouTube, and his videos are pretty good. He goes to like all these I've written it up. Got hooked on watching because I was trying to find information about going to the favelas when I was in Brazil, and so I saw his video pop up where he goes into the favelas. So this guy, and then you look at the series, and like goes in, like interviews people, and like just gets really into the slums of like Ghana, North Korea, Haiti, or Haiti, however you say it. Went to Ukraine, Nigeria, Yemen, Brazil, Libya, Chernobyl, and then watching them just like interact with the locals and like ask like, how things there and what do you think needs to be improved, and they'll like, he's just like, this one here is pretty insane. Like this guy juggled the ball on his head for like, I don't take his word for it, but he was doing it and looked like he's in a lot of control when he said his record was like, say something like 1,000, and he's meant to be there directing traffic. they're making sure nothing happens in the favela because it's like a self-serving community in there. And he's just, when I'm sitting there, I'll just put the ball on my head and then count how many times he can do it. But he's got heaps of stuff, and like you'll just watch them, like how they eat and live, and you realize, like, man, these people have nothing. But
And
it's a
that
good
guy is
watch.
living his life, man, traveling to all over the world.
Yeah, like it's a good watch if you got, you know, if you just want to like go for a walk and just listen to him talk and stuff like that.
You have hours and hours.
So much stuff. So like,
Dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, all these crazy countries he's gone to.
North Korea.
Yeah. So like, and like he was trying to like, he had to like smuggle footage because he said there's always you've got to there's always someone watching you.
No, of course.
So you like have like the phone going in his pocket and like try to get as much as he could, but like he'll go get a haircut and like show you how much things cost there, and like he'll ask the locals, and the locals will be like eating cow heads, and he'll be like, this cow head's very good, they're very good price, so they'll travel like 4 hours just to save like $1. So really, really, really interesting.
Dang. Yes, that's why I like. I mean, the U.S. acts so weird with us because it pretty much just tries to keep us here.
Yeah.
You know, like it never wants us to go to like Nepal or, especially not North Korea, but anywhere.
Yeah, if you believe,
But it's okay, Akshay. I'm coming to visit you. Don't worry about it.
if you believe all what the media is showing, it's very controlled.
Oh, the world is that. Well, there's that 50%.
I want to see, so when I'm targeting these 50%, it's usually after a manipulation of a low or a high. So like I'll set my levels roughly when London opens at 8, and then by the time you get to 10, you've got a pretty good idea of where the low and the high is. And then you can draw the 50%, then often when you get like a manipulation of the low or the high, you'll get that 50% pullback. Sometimes it happens, most of the time, it happens between 10:30 to 12, London session. If it hasn't happened, there's a very good chance that New York will take the low, pull back to the 50 at least. Either that with a low of the New York session, or it can come back down again, and this is just they sold to buy to sell, and they just didn't want to sell the low of the day, so they manipulate the low, get sellers in there, buy to those sellers, and then liquidate, and then they can then got the price that they want to achieve, and then keep on price going down. That's a very, very, very common Monday move, and I'm kind of treating Monday today as a bit of a Monday because of your bank holiday you had yesterday. Yeah, that's our sunflower right there. That needs to be taken out. There we go. Stick that right there. It'd be nice if we had some hanging flowers. How's your US 30 going? Just sticking.
It's existing. It's still in good area. I mean, in my terms, it's still in a good area to buy, but it needs to go down like 30 more points, I guess. But it's right at my second buy right now.
Mm-hmm. It's getting a little bit of trend line liquidity as well now. The manipulation is real.
Yeah. So the fact that it's just hanging out here is, I mean, for me, it's good news. So when Akshay and you say sunflowers, like is that just like bullshit, or is that like some other random thing?
So there's another guy. Is he here? Is Noel here?
Yes, I am here.
There. Noel was talking about like this pattern, but if it's from underneath, it was called a hanging flower.
Mm-hmm.
And I was just trying to, hanging flower to me sounds like it should be hanging from something. So
Gotcha.
I just wanted something opposite, and actually I was
Because
like
Kerwin,
sunflower.
yeah, Kerwin like says that shit all the time. Where he's like, "Akshay, where's your hanging flower? When
Yeah.
you're snaking the grass or whatever."
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, what are these?
Yeah.
This is some new trading thing.
stretch my legs. I need to just get up from here. So, bit of a boring session. Wish that was a sell, but I don't want to execute and buys here. But that makes sense. Okay, doke. So, take care, guys. I'll see you later on. Bye bye.
Okay, see you.